Hey everybody, Pete Greco from Productive Corporation here. We talk a lot about stopping malicious threats and fileless malware, but today we're going to talk briefly about some of the payloads that these attacks deliver. Aggressive attacks like Emotet are designed to steal information and promote total compromise. This gets accomplished through credential and Active Directory ownership. Once a hacking organization gets control of Active Directory, there isn't anything that can't be owned. There are several methods for doing this. Probably starts with some kind of recon, learning the directory structure from any machine on the domain. Then we can move into AD using several different methods, creating fake domain controllers, cracking passwords for service accounts or admin accounts, or simply leveraging weak password policies, to name a few. My man Rod from StealthBITS is going to show us a few of these attacks right now. Go, Rod.
As an administrator of an Active Directory environment, one of the biggest concerns we have is not just about being compromised, but wondering what could we have done before the compromise to actually prevent it. I'm going to walk through a couple quick attacks for you, as well as ways to mitigate it and provide you with some additional links for educational material. So let's first start off with a DC sync attack. In this case, I'm going to steal the KRBTTT account, which allows me to print what's called golden tickets. That way I can masquerade as any user, real or imaginary in my environment to get access. So in this case, once I've run that command, it actually gave me what's called the password hash for that highly sensitive account, and from there I can print golden tickets. So I have already written a command for us to go grab a golden ticket, and we'll do that here. And I'll just go ahead and copy that. And the key thing that this contains is the KRB TGT password hash, which you can see right there. So we'll come back over to our console. We'll paste that in. I'm going to pretend to be a user called Sarah Fisher. And in this case, I'm going to give Sarah some additional rights in the environment. You can see that it successfully created my golden ticket. I'm going to jump out of here. I'm going to grab a command prompt. Sorry. And then from here, I will go ahead and connect to your DC. So I've connected to the share on the DC, and you can see I can enumerate files, and I'm working my way through the DC. I could have done PowerShell commands, so I could actually start manipulating users, but this is just to give you a general idea. Now that I've used that golden ticket, I've got onto the box, I can do what I'd like, but since I'm going to be a nice hacker here, I won't make any quick changes right now. I'll just go ahead and I could get rid of the data as me acting as the user, so we'll do a All right. So now that I've done two quick attacks, which is DC Sync and Forge Pack, and we'll show you how we can actually detect those attacks. What if I wanted to prevent that DC Sync attack? Well, I can jump over to Stealth Intercept, just turn on replication blocking, which will prevent anybody from replicating your domain to a non-domain controller. And now, if I try that same initial attack of doing that DC Sync, I can't get access to the KRBTGT account, which means I couldn't have gone forward to do the golden ticket. Well, what if we wanted to lay some landmines for our attackers so that if they ever got into our environment, we could detect them? We can do that as well. And what I'll do before is I created some honey tokens in my environment, which are fake users that I've injected into memory. So that way, the only way they would ever be seen is by an attacker looking at memory in my environment. So if an attacker was looking at memory, if they attempted to do a login as those accounts, or if they just attempted to do some type of recon, like trying to inquire about those accounts, once they run their search to try to find the account, which as you can see does not exist, they'll trip over what we call a honey token. Those can be identified in our StealthDEFEND product. So all threats, when they occur, will be fed directly over to StealthDEFEND, and you can see we have a couple of them. First, you can see our DC Sync attack we did, where the user Rod Simmons grabbed the KRBTGT account. You can see our Sarah Fisher user, and this was a Forge Pack attack, where you can see that Sarah Fisher was added to some additional groups. So notice that Sarah Fisher is actually not a domain admin, scheme admin, enterprise admin, but these were actually injected into her token when we did that, and we detected that behavior. And then last but not least, we actually detected that honey token. So the user Rod Simmons performed an LDAP query trying to find that user that doesn't exist. And that user has already been associated with this server called SBDefend, and I ran that from here. So at some point in time, I would have had to compromise the defend server, look in the memory on that box to go find that user, and then go do a lookup of that user.
Thanks, Rod. For both external hacking organizations and insider threats, protecting AD is a crucial security layer. Blocking TTPs, leveraging machine learning are critical needs, as well as taking advantage of modern deception capabilities and simple blocks of LDAP queries or changes that you can't do from your endpoint security console. If you want to learn more about fully protecting your Active Directory environment, reach out to your Productive Corp rep or check us out, help@productivecorp.com. Thanks and have a great day.